I'll start with some key words: intelligent, observant, charming, emphatic, respected, trilingual, visionary, tenacious, social activist, community builder, fundraiser, photographer, writer, editor, publisher, and friend. Wendy's initial career began in the 1960s as a journalist and photographer working first for the St. Petersburg Times and then as an associate producer for the new experiment in national television, the Public Broadcast Laboratory in New York. In 1982, she won 2 major awards for her photographs on the effects of the chemical defoliant Agent Orange on U.S. veterans in the Vietnam War. In 1972, she began working with Frederick Baldwin. Living in the small trailer, they documented each community, subsequently creating exhibition and publishing essays and books. They moved to Houston and in 1983 conceived and founded FotoFest International. Over the next 3 years, they structured the first Biennial and then planned recurring festivals 2 years apart. After certain festivals, Wendy expanded biennial catalogs into substantial books. Through FotoFest's portfolio reviews, photographers' works have been discovered, purchased, published, and exhibited. While other photo festivals now exist around the world, FotoFest was among the first to give photographers chances to meet collectors, editors, critics, curators, and other photographers in one big noisy room. It became the model others copied. I will close tonight with my favorite FotoFest story. Joan Morgenstern and I were reviewing portfolios, having as a code, if Joan nudged me with her elbow, I would tell the photographer that Joan had just purchased one of her photographs for the Museum of Fine Arts, Houston. The young woman jumped up and ran away. When she returned, she tearfully explained that she had to go tell her mother. I don't remember any other photographers crying, but Wendy and Fred opened the careers of many, many photographers, and Wendy enriched our knowledge and understanding of photography around the globe.
Well, I had the advantage of living much of my childhood in Europe, actually, in Greece, in Spain, in England, and France. And, well, in my house, there was no formal discussion about art or even sometimes going to museums, but there were lots of books in the house. And just living in those countries where art is much more integral to everyday life and the museums are there, that I became very interested in the visual art and how it communicates. And also being a child of the 60s, whereas I might have gone into the State Department because I came from a family involved in diplomatic work. I might have gone into the State Department, even CIA, actually. But I was more interested in commenting upon it and in communicating about it and interpreting all the nefarious things I thought we were doing. So that's what really took me into photography. There was a love of the visual arts, but photography seemed to me an effective way to communicate. But I came into it through journalism. I began reporting for newspapers first, then went to television in New York, and then began to do freelance photography. So with the Agent Orange work, I was invited to go to the south of France, to Arles, which was the first photo festival in the world, the Rencontre d'Arles. And it was a wonderful experience of networking. Made Fred Baldwin, who was my partner, and I realized how provincial we are in the United States and how we're not seeing what's happening in other parts of the world. So we thought, coming back on the airplane to Houston from Arles, well, why not try something like this in the United States and in Houston? So when we started FotoFest, we went and visited every single institution in town, every artist collective, many individual artist studios. And when we started FotoFest, it was clear to us that in order to get attention, we had to be big. Couldn't do it in a small way. And Newsweek wrote about the first FotoFest, this big headline saying, Texas-sized festival at Houston. So we actually got a lot of attention for the first FotoFest. And the other important thing in the way that we operated was to create an atmosphere of accessibility so that artists and people who came formed their own networks. I think photography has become a very good tool. In fact, I would say more important than painting or printmaking. And the question is, will it stay that way? I am raising a fund for the future for FotoFest so we can continue to do the work of discovery and opportunity creation into the future, beyond my lifetime.